ChatGPT is pulling its results from Bing, and this makes Bing one of the most prominent kind of search engines, which is interestingly, they don't have a big market share. So when you're talking about SEO, it's a search behavior optimization at the end of the day. And now we're seeing multiple platforms where consumers are using and more heavily relying on AI engines. So SEO is not dead to anybody still thinking about this or discussing this. It's still a huge part of content and brand visibility. But I want to make one thing clear with AI overviews at Google, where we see the results being pushed down significantly, and some of the publishers and some other kind of functions being pressured to be in AI overviews, we've seen a 40% drop in organic traffic to top sites. Now Google is rolling out AI mode, which is going to shave a little bit more traffic from the top sites again. So if we're just focusing on Google, I think we're leaving a lot of the opportunity on the table.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. I'd recommend people listen to this little segment twice, because when we do paid advertising on search, Bing is, 5% of the action. Yeah. But I think what you're uncovering here is how important it is to know your positioning and how Bing is seeing you, even if you're not going to advertise there. And as well, you said something twice that I think might have gotten past people, which is this people asking the LLM for help in decision support, right? Decision framework, as you called it, or a selection framework. And I think that calls for us to create content that might look a little different than we used to and free it from being gated. Like one of my favorite pieces of content going way back was the model request for proposal. And we would put that behind a form so that we could get the lead, knowing people were hunting for whatever the thing was that the RP was aimed at. Now you almost have to put that content out as freely as it can be presented so that the LLM might find it.
Exactly. There's also the piece of being asked whether, shall I create a decision framework for you? That's the next recommended question. You hit yes on ChatGPT, and then it fills out that decision framework, then asks you whether it should score it for you, and you hit yes. So at that point, you have a scoring-based decision framework completely filled out for you, already swaying your decision to shortlist which brands. So when we're thinking about these things, we need to understand from a consumer behavior what they're searching. What kind of content that they need will be decided by the consumer, not by the brands at this point.